On this episode of the Dudes and Dads podcast, we talk with our good friend Jansen Utech about being a dad, a husband, and an entrepreneur.
Joel,
Andrew,
all of those things are good.
they are. I love being a dad. I love being a husband, and I dabble in the occasional entrepreneurship.
Hey, little did you know, we actually have an LLC for this very podcast.
Yes, which makes us an entrepreneur.
It does.
Right, we're small business owners.
We don't make money, but
No, we don't. Listen,
but that's not true
but
for all
in case the IRS
entrepreneurs.
is listening, this is not a front for any other nefarious activities. Hey, everybody, welcome to the Dudes and Dads podcast. Glad to have each and every one of you along for the ride. We're here. It's going to be a great conversation. Andy, catch me up.
Yeah, let's do it.
I think there's a couple of, there's one life event that's pretty significant. That's you've just completed.
Kind of. We're like half completed.
You've graduated.
Not yet. Not officially.
Not
We've
officially.
celebrated. We had an open house.
Yes.
But the actual graduation happens a week from today.
He hasn't walked down. I was going to say walk down the aisle. That's a completely different.
That's a whole different thing. Yeah, that's a milestone that we have not covering that yet.
He hasn't gotten the diploma yet. But for all intents and purposes, Mr. Eli has completed his senior year of high school, and now he's off to the next chapter.
And I want to say this first.
Yeah.
So, beautiful idea from my wife, Julie.
Yep.
She said, hey, no one else does this whole thing
Yes.
in the morning.
Yes, here we
Let's
go.
have an open house in the morning and do breakfast. So we had biscuits and gravy.
Fantastic.
We had
Bacon,
quiches.
sausage,
I mean,
orange OJ.
I'm tired. I don't know about you guys. I am tired of the classic
Yeah.
sliders.
Yeah, you know.
The snack bars with no real sustenance.
You know.
A breakfast bar at a grad party.
Yeah.
dude.
That's the stuff.
True banger. I enjoyed every minute of it. And I'll be honest with you, because here's the deal. We had a baseball game to get to immediately afterwards. And it's like we're getting everybody together in the morning. And we're like, okay, Eli's open house. Great. And then I was like, God bless these people, because I'm going to go get my breakfast at Eli's open house. And it's going to be better than the breakfast that I would have prepared for myself or my children that particular morning with the things that we had to do.
A frozen breakfast burrito.
Yeah. or some Lucky Charms. And so, Andy, on behalf of the whole DeMott family, I think I can say this. Thank you for having a breakfast open house.
You're welcome.
Banger of an idea. Fantastic.
Again,
well executed.
all Julie, not me.
Julie Lehman. Some people don't know. The strategy that Julie Lehman employs with so many things that she does. And yet again, prime time up in front, we saw it here. Breakfast open house.
Yeah.
Get it together. The Lehmans are working on actually, I think, trademarking this. So, you might have to buy the rights to a breakfast open house in the future.
We should, because that would allow us to maybe make a little bit of money.
There you go. There we go.
from the open house scene.
Yeah, get that.
But
The popping open house scene.
Yes. The good news is, though, we actually have a break now, so we won't have one next year.
That's right.
But the following year we'll have
Well,
one,
all
and
of
everybody's gonna.
Our families got together. We four families. So the Lehmans, the DeMotts, the Millers, and the Chris's. There was a conversation now with all of the children that we have. There will be a little bit of a lull, and then it's like boom,
and then it's like a hurricane.
It's like just groups of open houses and graduations, and we'll all be, I'm sure, emotionally well put together.
Yes. Hey, before we get into topic tonight, though, I do want to remind everybody we have a phone line that's open. You can call us on the phone line, 574-501-4467.
Yeah.
We would love to chat with you live, or type your questions and comments in the chat if you're watching live with us
Get
too.
in the chat.
Get in the chat.
Get in the chat. It's where the real.
Slide into the chats.
It's where
That's what they say.
Slide into the chats. It's where the real
I think
action is. Is that what they say?
That's close.
That's what the kids are saying. Okay, hey, everybody, we've got our friend Jansen Utech, a returner, an alumni.
Yes, two-time.
He's back. He acts surprised like we asked him.
We have to go. We've said it several times. But we wanted to actually get like a plaque of returning guests, and we have not done that yet. And so, just pretend where you have your name on a plaque.
Okay.
We're not actually going to sign your name.
Wow, thank you so much. What a great plaque that I have.
Okay, so Jansen, here's the deal, man. You've, I think it's helpful for our guests to maybe just go back a little ways to track sort of some intentional or unintentional vocational decisions you made over the last few years, and talk us about why you've made the decisions, because you are now full on entrepreneur mode. You were in vocational ministry. You've done some various things. I just, as best we can, a quick overview to why you're doing what you're doing now, and then we can dive into how in the world you are taking steps forward there.
Okay. Well, I have a tendency to jump around a lot as far as careers go.
Okay.
I'll gloss over it a little bit, but I think over the last, it's 2026, over the last 8 years,
yes,
I have maybe had 6 different jobs, different careers, and varying sectors.
Yes.
Tires.
Okay.
Sold tires.
Yes.
Moved to service, big boys. I worked at a dealership for a little bit.
Yep.
I worked at a print shop as an account executive, and then a motorcycle shop.
Yep.
As a service guy, and then church, and now this. Those are the most recent ones. But starting back in 7th grade, I caught a little bug. There was this eraser machine.
Okay.
A vending machine for erasers. Sorry. And everybody loved the blue erasers. So I thought, what if I
here we
managed to have
here we go.
all of the blue erasers?
Yeah.
So what did I do, as any other 7th grade kid would? They went to mom and dad's little jar of coins and stole about $8 worth of quarters.
They didn't really. It was an investment.
It was an investment. They didn't know, but they were student investors in my first company.
That's right.
$8 worth of quarters, and I emptied that sucker out. I sold all of the other erasers for 25 cents.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't want to be rude.
Right.
It would be terrible. Now the blue erasers, I sold for $1 each.
Oh.
And then they refilled the eraser vending machine, and I did it again.
Yes.
And again, until I got pulled into the principal's office, and they said, "You can't do this anymore. You need to stop."
Says who? Says who, though?
I said, "You're crushing my entrepreneurial
That's
spirit."
Right. You were purchasing it at appropriate market
rate.
At market rate. And then just because you understood basic capitalism.
Yeah, it's supply and demand. It's easy.
So whoever the socialist principal was, I'm kidding. Okay, so
that's when the bug started, right?
Sure.
I thought, I can, if I can do specific things and pull different levers, people will say, "Hey, I want that from you," and then buy it from me.
Yes.
And that gave me the most adrenaline I think I've ever felt in my entire life.
Yes.
So through different ventures, some of them half-hearted, some of them not. But this is, I think we're in business number 9 today.
Which is a typical entrepreneurial thing.
Jump to jump.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Whereas some maybe that are more, shall we say, risk averse would look at that, depending on the season of life that person is in or whatever, and would go, "Gosh, that looks like risky behavior. That looks like questionable judgment.
Is that guy stupid?
Yeah, is he real dumb?
Is he really dumb?" The answer is yes, a little bit.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's what has gotten me to today.
Yeah.
Catching this bug, not really knowing what I'm doing, but having this desire to love what I do, and make money doing it, and also making cool things for cool people. So all of those things kind of all put together has put me where I am today.
So let's talk a little bit about what your current entrepreneurial business is. And so I guess when along this did you start having a family? When business number when?
Gosh, so I started Grip Tips, which is guitar pick grips made out of grip tape. Genius idea.
I love it so
It's
much.
actually such a good idea.
Yep.
And Danny and I got married. That was when Danny and I got married. So that
Wait,
was.
Did she know that you were doing this?
Yeah.
She knew that you were an entrepreneur?
When we first started dating, I had Utech Media. So I watched too much Gary Vee and said, I can be a social media marketer for sure.
That's right.
Low overhead, definitely.
Yes.
So I started that, and that's when Danny and I started dating.
Okay.
So this has always been something that I've done, oftentimes, all the time on the side. But
Do you feel like you've conditioned or inoculated her to this this behavior?
no,
Okay.
absolutely not.
Way to stay strong,
No.
wife. Nice work.
She is always questioning me in the best kind of way.
Sure. Yep.
It's the, hey, have you like sat down and thought about this for at least more than 5 seconds? We balance each other very, very well.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
So we started, got married in 2019, which is when Grip Tips started. And then since then, I've only had, but yeah, that was the last business. And then ITER Creative, which is what we're doing now, that started in 2021. I got tired of seeing a bunch of creative agencies do a lot of different things at a mediocre level. So I talked to Chris Mullet, my business partner, and was like, hey, what happens if we get really, really good at a very few things and tackle it that way? And then when we want to expand services, we can bring on expertise to fill out that service line rather than just saying we can do everything and then being mediocre at everything.
Yeah.
How can we really excel? So that's been in the works now for 5 years.
Okay. And when you were looking out at the market, I mean, and just as a side note and a curiosity, I mean, as you're looking out at the marketplace, would your view be that there's a little bit of a, for some of these other competitors, they're kind of a cash grab? Like this is why they're spreading themselves as broadly as they are?
Yes and no. Like I want to give them the benefit of the doubt, right? Because I think we can often get caught in this trap. ITER Creative people at my business, we often get caught in this trap of like, oh, if they're offering cash, then yeah, we can figure out a way to help them.
Sure.
Right? So like I would like to think that is what a lot of people are thinking.
Yeah.
Oh, like yeah, we're a video agency, but sure, we can figure out how to do websites. We're creative, right? I can make a Squarespace space site for you, right?
Yep.
So no, I don't know if it's like they're, dude, this guy's got no clue. I'm gonna take him for all he's got. I think it's just like out of a genuine desire to want to help. I think a lot of people in service just want to help.
I think a lot of entrepreneurs too are like that because their whole idea of starting a business is to help people normally. Like they have an idea, they have a way to something that they want to offer to people,
right?
And so they do that,
right? But yeah, I don't know if it's necessarily a money grab as much as it's like.
Yeah, I think it's just it's always interesting of how, a company starts with a few services and expands, and as you've mentioned, being intentional about saying, well, what is our bandwidth here? Actually, what is our line of service, and where what are we? How good do we want to be at a few things versus more of a broad generalist? So you've made that decision intentionally. That's kind of been your sweet spot. What would you say the ITER Creative process has been? Because like, how did this actually start? Because you had to put something out there into the world and have people be interested in it.
Yeah.
Right.
Chris started doing work with the company in 2020, COVID era, where normally they would go out and have their sales conference at some place, some hotel conference room, right? At a beautiful, beautiful venue. Hey, I know there's mountains out your window, but everyone come spend the whole day in these conference rooms and hang out with us and talk about business. They had to pool that because of COVID, and they asked Chris through a connection at church to run those videos. Hey, we're going to just talk to the camera like we would be talking on stage. I need you to record them and edit them so that we can send them out to our sales team. And around that time was when I was fed up with the print shop that I was currently at, who claimed that they were a brand agency, but didn't, like, one of those things, the root of my frustration. At the same time that Chris got asked to do that, I was frustrated and I just called Chris. I didn't know Chris from Adam. I had met him twice.
Okay.
but I knew he did video. He was doing video for Restore at the time. I was like, he'd be a good partner. I don't know. I'm not very good at video yet.
Yeah.
But oh boy, do I have a vision. What if he would be interested? So he was interested, and we had many, many conversations over coffee about what we wanted it to be, what we wanted to name it was the hardest freaking thing for no reason.
ITER?
ITER, not AITER. That's another story. I don't want to talk about it. Dang it. Names mean nothing. If you're watching this and you're like, I want to start a business, but I'm stuck on the name. Names mean nothing. Name it whatever.
So how do you go about and step out into this? So I think some of the things that have scared me every time I've thought about starting a business is, okay, I have a family. Like I'm not young like I used to be. I have a family to feed, and I almost said water, but they're not plants.
They do require water.
They do require water. And so for me, that's been the thing that's scared me a lot. It's been easier for me to go, okay, I know that I'm going to have a current paycheck every week or every other week or whatever my current employer is paying.
Right.
So how do you go about stepping out and going, okay, I'm just going to walk away from that and trust that it's going to come in?
I'm an optimist by default. And I don't know if I have like a direct answer. When I look at like my trajectory, one thing led to another. We landed a really big job, and I literally, as soon as we landed that job, I thought, all right, I'm going. It was a signal to me of like, oh, this can work. We'd been doing it part-time for 4 years, 3.5 years at that point. We got this big job. I said, this is my salary for the year. And if I don't make it, if I run into trouble and we can't pay my salary at the end of the year, then it wasn't meant to be. But when I jumped, I said, I want to give this everything I've got. I want to go out swinging. If I'm going to strike out, I'm going to be swinging out of my shoes.
Yeah, there you go.
And I'm just going to jump. I'm going to go for it. I know that I have the skill set. I have people around me that want me to win. I've got existing clients that are happy with our product. That should be all we need. And it has been.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I were looking to maybe start something else, I would start on the side until you can slowly build up that clientele and decide, is this something that you like to do? And do the people that I'm working with make me happy? Do the clients that I'm working with make me happy? Can I do this for an extended period of time? And can I pay myself for 6 months? All right. Check. Let's get after it. And that extra time frees you up to do everything that you've always wanted to do. So I don't know. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, I mean, you can pour everything into the business.
Right.
You can make it go out and get more clients, go out and further what you're doing, your product, what you're doing, because you have that time now because you're working full time on it. Yeah.
And you've got no one to blame. You're the only person.
Yeah.
You have to do it.
Yeah.
Or because no one's going to do it for you. And I would say, you said that, well, I know that I'm going to, and this isn't a dig at you. I think this is a common belief, right? I know I've got a payment from my employer. Do you?
True.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, you can work with a company for an extended period of time and you can build a relationship and loyalty with that company. But I mean, we're seeing massive cutoffs with AI right now. And that's another thing that we can get into if you guys really feeling crazy. Of skilled laborers and people who have a skill set just getting fired because, we can replace your job with AI. So I would say it's just as risky. That's a little exaggerated. It's risky.
Yeah.
Everything's a
it's
risk.
not without risk for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Everything's a risk.
Yeah. Okay. So you're making these decisions, you're having conversations with your wife. At the max, so real nuts and bolts question, at the max, when you are doing 2 separate jobs at one time before you've jumped all in, talk to me about the hours per week of work, right? Because there's this balance of, and I think especially for us as Christians, we're talking about hustle culture and all of that, like that can be really glamorized,
Big time,
right? But there's a consequence to it. Particularly if you're trying to live as a man following after Jesus, living as someone who's caring for children, who's there presently as a father and as a husband.
Yeah.
So I'm interested in the hours what I guarantee you there were interesting conversations along the way, but like, what did it look like?
It was and still is a huge sacrifice by my wife.
Yeah.
I mean, and myself as well, like giving up time with my kids, my 2 young kids, and my wife. Like I'm realizing that you don't get that time back, right?
Tell me a little bit how old are your kids right now?
JR is 4, our oldest, and Jet is 2.
Okay,
so we are prime time. Like we're raising cowboys right now.
Yeah.
It's the rodeo,
Yeah.
and we're trying to hang on for dear life.
Yep.
And so we don't get this time back. This is the time that everyone says, "Oh, you're gonna miss these days," right? It's like I don't miss them when they're throwing tantrums about spilling pretzels on the kitchen floor. But no, it's been a huge sacrifice. A lot of the conversation has been, man, my wife is great. Now, thinking about this, she never has said, like, really? Like, you have to work? Sorry. She's been incredible.
Yeah. Yeah.
She believes in me more than I believe in myself.
That's awesome.
And I think that's super important. Like if you're going to be an entrepreneur and whatever you do, like, I mean, this is a side gig for us, a hobby really, but for us, like our wives believe in this for us, and it's allowed us to step out and do this. And I think what I'm hearing you say is the same thing. Like you need a cheerleader, somebody who's going to say, I believe in you. And on those tough days when you lost a client or something sucks because it doesn't work like you thought it would, can say, it's okay.
Right.
I believe in you still.
Hey, I get it. Things happen.
Yep.
I know that you were at a client's building till 2 a.m. trying to get something done. I've got the kids tomorrow. I had the kids tonight for dinner and I put them down by myself, but like, don't like sleep in.
Yeah.
You need to rest. It's like, gosh, like that's crazy. And I'm very aware that is not a very normal scenario.
Yeah. I would love to hear you talk a little bit about, so how does that work? Like if Danny has the kids and like for you, then does that allow you then to go, okay, I'm going to build some time in where I'm shutting the job off as much as possible or doing different hours, but making specific time for your kids. How do you in your mind, like make sure that you have time that you're investing in your wife and your kids? Yeah.
It's a struggle, big time. It's really hard to turn it off. The personality that I have is like, I'm either all in or I'm all out in every kind of aspect of my life. So when I'm at home, we try really hard to have phones away, like laptops away, especially when from the time I get home till the time the kids go to sleep. We really try to prioritize dinners together as well to separate that. After the kids go down, it's kind of the Midwest, the Wild West again, right? Like, I might say, hey, I've got to do this real quick, and like we'll sit on the couch and she'll watch a show, and I'll finish up work. But just trying to be really intentional with that time that we have, the little time that we have, and I think that goes for anybody, whether you're an entrepreneur or not, right? Like, to have specific time where you're like, no, I'm learning today that I shouldn't do anything on Sunday mornings and afternoons. That was like a lesson that I learned. I'm not going to do that anymore. Sunday nights, sure. Once the kids are down, sure. But I missed an entire day today because of work. Yeah. And it's a Sunday.
Yeah.
So it's things like that. You just don't know until you know. Yeah. And then it's really important for me to, after I identify a problem, like I have to be like, oh, okay, like that's no more. And I have to keep up with my word on myself. Like,
yeah, I'm always interested with it because also there are seasons in life where, hey, we're going to have several days here, a period where the workload is going to be heavier. There's going to be things that are going to be more of a strain. I just had this conversation with some coaching work I was doing this last week. But having the radar up for when the season becomes the standard, the season becomes the regular sort of thing. Because I believe in the season, and I know things are seasonal. It's kind of a biblical idea. But we can also hide behind that to like lengthen things out and then not make the changes that we need to make.
Right.
When we start kind of encroaching on what is a healthy rhythm in life, I'm and also to say this, I know Andy has these conversations with Julie. I have these conversations with Jackie, really about a concern of like, hey, we have a full life. Are we messing our kids up? With the fullness. Here's what I have come back to. Love to hear what you think. Our children know that we love them deeply. The time that we spend with them and the things that we do with them are an intentional investment. On top of that, they have all the things that they need to flourish, to live well. Everything from it's the essentials of the food, food and housing, down to my high schooler who can drive now has a car to drive. Like really on the whole, and it's not just the material things. There's an emotional availability. On the whole, our children, I don't think, even when things are busy, know that we love them, that we're there for them, we care for them. If that's the summary of their memory, especially the kids at your age, right? There's a ton of stuff they're not going to remember. What they will remember is this feeling of like, mom and dad loved each other, they loved us, and things were good. They were filled full of peace in our home and care. That to me is the stuff, right? Like that's the good formula. If that's going on, then I think we can give ourselves a little bit of grace on we weren't able to send them to that thing this year or do the whatever, because of whatever it might be, because there's all these expectations and you're just in the, it starts now. And it just starts all the opportunity, all the things they could be doing.
Our neighbors just their youngest son is playing baseball this year. They've got 3, and so this is the first year that he's started to play baseball. The older 2 play baseball as well, and I don't think we've seen them the last 2 months.
Yeah. That sounds
so
right.
I am really enjoying the time that the kids are home. But I think I resonate with that a lot. It is hard to come to terms with at times the lack of like hours spent. I've been wrestling a lot with this feeling of tug of war between what I feel is like my purpose, my calling, the drive that I have to succeed in, and I think a lot of men and women feel this. This drive to succeed in whatever they're doing, whether that's their career or, if it's whatever, but also this tug of my family.
Yep.
I want to both go out and conquer the world, and I also want to stay home and spend every waking moment with my family. But oftentimes I'm on this side.
Yep.
So I'm having a hard time trying to figure out what to do with that tension in the middle.
Yes.
Right? Because it's very real and overwhelming at times of the guilt that is felt because I am gone, because all the weight is on Danny, right? Like this constant ebb and flow of both of those feelings is exhausting sometimes.
I think it's important to have communication lines open with your wife, because I think it would be really easy to just get that and either take it and like maybe just take advantage of that, where you're like, okay, I just gotta go work, gotta go work. Or it could be really easy to just her end up lashing out on you because of something that happened that you weren't there for. Right. So I think those communication lines are key.
Definitely.
And listening skills I think are pretty important when you're doing multiple things, especially where you're doing a lot of stuff.
Because everything will be okay until it isn't.
Right.
We have learned the power of a shared calendar over the last couple of years. Holy smokes. If it's not on the calendar, it doesn't exist.
There you go.
And we've lived and died by that calendar as of late, which has been super great. But no, that's been a really hard thing for me. But yeah, there is the flexibility there, as kind of what you're talking about earlier, to be like, okay, well, since I worked all day today, sure, there's work that will need to get done tomorrow, but there needs to be work that gets done every day.
Right. And I think as an entrepreneur, you have a little bit more, I guess I would say I'm maybe projecting onto you, but but you have a little bit more of that flexibility because, I mean, yes, I do really appreciate the job that I have now, and I do have a really flexible hours. And there are a lot of times when I have to, just this last week, I had to take my son to the doctor. So it was like, well, I'm just going to work a little bit later or work a different day because I'm going to be off for a little while. But I think probably as an entrepreneur that as long as you can be able to separate that and say, okay, this job can wait, it does not all an emergency. And I think that's something that I would struggle with. I know for me, that's something that I would struggle with, to be able to say, okay, this job can wait. It doesn't need to be done right now.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's both a blessing and a curse, that flexibility. You can lean into that flexibility and say, I don't have to work today.
Yep.
And then the work doesn't get done. Or you can say, yeah, I've got a good separation of both work and home life. And I can spend extra time here not because I feel guilty and I spent a little extra time at work, because I want to.
Yeah.
Because I can. Like, this is the life that I want to build. The problem that I see a lot, and I feel this in myself as well. I also want people to know, like, I don't have anything close to being figured out. Like, my biggest fear, I think, is presenting as like this guru that's got it all figured out. No, I've got no freaking clue what I'm doing 9 times out of 10. But I think where the problem happens is where your expectations and your dreams and your actions don't align. So yes, I can absolutely stay at home. Yes, I can stay at home 3 days a week and not do any work. What does that do then for the goals of my business and for myself? They have to be in balance with one another.
Yeah. So quickly, Tech Troublemaker on YouTube said, agreed, live and die by the calendar, controlled chaos. So, thanks.
Yeah. The number of calendar conversations. Jackie just went through, we just got a new release of the summer calendars. What did we add in? We added in sports camps. And I think some things like this, some other trips. And and it's the, just trying to stay up on top of those things and then communicate with each other. That's the challenge. What, when talking about schedule, because you mentioned also our friend Chris as your business partner, how do the two of you talk about schedule? Talk about working, because he's in a similar season of life, going through the same things. So the two of you are in that soup. You have
is Chris still bivocational, like where he has two? Okay,
yeah. So there's that dynamic for him. What do the leadership summit meetings look like between the two of you when talking about these dynamics, planning, spreading out of labor?
Are you talking about how the actual meetings go?
Well, I can only imagine. Yeah.
Talk about controlled chaos minus the control.
Yeah.
No, I think there's a lot of trust between Chris and I, and we talk about literally everything.
Yeah.
I treat that relationship second to my marriage, legitimately.
Yeah. And
that means some of the same rules.
Yeah.
Communicating, active listening,
Yep.
making sure that his needs are met.
Yep.
All these things are extremely important. So when I am feeling burnt out, I say, Chris, I cannot do this anymore. We have learned to be super, super blunt with one another. Because that's the only way to fix problems. If we tried to beat around the bush and say like, oh, like, I don't know, can you do that today?
Yeah, play nice with each other.
It's like, bro, like, you got to tell me what you want.
Yep.
And I have to tell him what I want out of the relationship. So yeah, I could definitely do a better job at sharing the workload. I'm the only full-time guy right now, and there's this this pressure, as there should be, for me to kind of figure it out, and then if I need like a Hail Mary, give Chris a text or give one of the other partners a text. So we're working through, actually, this past month has been a systems month where we figure out who holds what, we figure out what the timeline is, and then within those buckets, what needs to happen. Because I was feeling very burnt out about a month ago. And because of that, this is what happens. So if you're on the edge of burnout, like, it's not the time to quit. Oftentimes it's the time to communicate and lean in and figure out a solution.
Yeah. I agree. So what would be one of the things that if you were to give me a tip or trick, like if you were to say, hey, Andy, you should start a business, but here's something I want you to know about this. Like, what would you sit down? Because I've seen you do a really good job at documenting this whole process. So actually, let's say that. Like, where can our listeners and viewers, there we go, find this process that you do? Because I've really enjoyed seeing you go through this, and that's actually one of the reasons that you were brought up to my mind when we were looking for somebody for tonight.
For sure.
I said, hey, I've really enjoyed Jansen's this documentation of how he's struggled, because you've been super honest and super real with the internet about how this process is going. So what's two things. Where can people see that at? And then what's one tip that you would give me?
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram or TikTok at Jansen Utech, JANSENUTECH. Where I am, just kind of playing it as it lies, if you will, for the ether that is the internet, right? Gosh, a biggest tip. If you've seen any of the videos that I make, you're gonna think this is cliche. Like, you just gotta go for it. And I know that doesn't feel like a strategic tip to get you from point A to point B, but that's the only way that I've been able to learn, is by risking it and trying. I started a series called The Art of Trying. I think if I were to boil down my entire life into one statement, it is the art of trying. And oftentimes when you fail, it's okay. It's just another data point that you can then use for the next attempt. And you can say, oh, I'm not going to do that this time because I learned last time that doesn't work this way. So I'm going to do it a different way. And then you fail again at a different point. And so as soon as you get enough like failures in your pocket or like little pieces of candy in your failure bucket, it starts to get really heavy. But that heavy bucket is just a bucket full of knowledge of what not to do, which is way more important than what to do. But I don't know. I just go for it. I think you've got nothing to lose except your family's well-being and maybe your house. And no, I think about when I die, am I going to look back at my life and say, man, I should have gone for it. I should have taken the risk on myself.
Well, and I think so those who don't know, you not only have this business, but fairly recently you've now had a brick and mortar location that you're trying to work on and getting up and going.
Talk about a big failure. That was a huge mistake. Massive.
And
oversight.
now, are you still doing this? Like, are you still pursuing this?
We're still there.
Okay.
If that answers your question.
Yes.
Are we actively trying to get out of it right now? Yes. It is way too much space. It's way too expensive. But yeah, we ended up last year renting the 6,000 square foot office space. There are 5 of us. I'm the only one that works full time. To get a picture for our listeners here of what my office looks like, it is a ratty, dusty, smelly mess of a warehouse that I have my desk in. I take up maybe 200 square feet during the day. I know that at 12:30, apartment number 1 gets home to eat a quick lunch. Dogs freak out. Apartment 2 gets home at 3 o'clock. Him and his girlfriend get in an argument and a door slams like clockwork.
Oh, man.
Like it's brutal. No HVAC, so no heating or air. It's tough. I moved my desk there because I was so tired of paying for it without actually being able to use it. We gutted the entire thing and have had big dreams for what it could be. We wanted it to be a creative hub for ourselves, for our clients, for people that wanted to visit. But the lesson there, the data point, is just because you have a vision for something doesn't mean you have to act on it now. Sometimes it's a not yet. Your no's in that scenario are way, way more important than your yeses, because you can take on all of this overhead and all of this crap and not have a single plan and still fail.
Well, and I think too, something that I'm hearing you say though is that you're seeing that as a failure data point for now,
right?
For now, and you're willing to not hold on to that at the risk of your business. Like you're trying to figure out, okay, this is maybe not a good idea for now. This is the not now board,
right?
But I think you're evaluating things, and I think that's important to do, is evaluate and say, okay, this is a not now thing,
Right.
but maybe later,
Right.
and we can do it. But now these are the big challenges, risks,
Right.
rewards that come with a physical space
Right.
or whatever that you didn't know before.
Yeah, you have to deal with crap neighbors that double park you and then get mad about it because they say that you took their spot when there's no sign
there's
anywhere
no
about
spots.
that was their spot.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, it's definitely been a big learning curve. It's one of those things that I only know in hindsight.
Yep.
At the
Yeah.
time, it looked like a great idea. We're going to grow super fast.
Yep.
We're going to take on more of these types of jobs. Of course, this makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, dog.
And I mean, the risk is, and it sounds to me like you guys have worked through it, but like the sunk cost fallacy thing is always a big deal. So those that don't know, we have this tendency of once we have gone so far down a certain path, we're like, I got to stay with it because of what we've put into
Right.
it so far, and which is the casinos count on for the for their machines, right? Like
You never know when you can,
I'm close to striking it, right?
Uh-huh.
Whereas it takes a fair amount of self-awareness and just humility to say, hey, we took this course. It's not worth staying on at this point. And you know what? We're gonna change course. And if people think differently of us for that or whatever, so be it. But we're not gonna be married to a bad idea right now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think the course correction thing is a marking factor between successful and non-successful entrepreneurs. Like, it's not that you're looking to bail out of what you're doing, but you are constantly, you're not emotionally married to the ideas around your direction. It's like, we're going to try this stuff. And if it doesn't work, we're going to do this. We're going to do this. Which is just kind of a mental muscle that you just have to flex over time. And I think the people that are the best at that, I think they win. Now, I have noticed that individuals that are like that, as their companies grow and they gain people around them with different sort of personality types and skill sets, that sort of behavior can become problematic because it's like you're throwing a grenade into the group all the time, right? So there's something to be said about that. But in those first steps and in the stages that you guys are in, I just think, and that's partly what I really respect about how you guys have gone about it. It's just like, we're going to do the thing that makes sense right now, and we're going to course correct as needed, and that's okay. Yeah.
Our favorite saying is, we're going to try this once, and if we don't like it, we're never going to do it again. We say that often because it accomplishes two things, right? It says we're going to risk and we're going to try, and then we're going to cut it if it doesn't work super fast. And it's really hard not to get your ego tied in a lot of it.
Sure.
That was a big problem when I started my clothing line. Above was my identity was wrapped up in it so much that if I sold 3 t-shirts that day, oh dude, I was on top of the world.
Yep.
If I didn't sell any, man, what the heck is going on? I must be terrible. Like, I must be a bad person because of this. And it sounds silly, right? But that's legitimately, I think I'm not the only one that kind of has that thought process that entrepreneurs, or business owners or side hustle guys, their identity is tied up in their QuickBooks account, right? Like, it's taken a lot to learn how to just take a step back and be like, no, I am not what my business does. I am what God calls me to. I am what He says I am, and that's the only thing that matters. So that's definitely been a big learning as well, big time.
Yeah.
So, what kind of people do you surround yourself with these days that are moving you and Chris and the team toward the goals that you want to achieve? Like, how are you thinking about the larger, because I think this is the part that doesn't get talked about enough. There's a relational human capital component of people that don't work for your company, there's a sphere around you that's either pouring in or taking out, and how you've thought about that.
Community is super important to Danny and I. We've been super blessed with a church who we've been plugged into for the last, 8 years now, and with friends that love us dearly and with mentors that love us dearly. Shout out Gene Troyer. my mentor and practically second dad,
Brother Gene.
Brother Gene,
Yes.
Father Gene.
Yeah.
He's been instrumental in my thinking.
Yeah.
My ability to think differently
Yeah.
about different situations. So Danny and I have a great friend group. Gene is a great mentor to me. And then to top it all off, I've got a great group of guys that I meet with every single Friday morning.
There we go.
I've been meeting with them before Danny and I were married.
Yep.
We are like the old geezers that eat at the gas stations, like, and sit in the corner. That's what we want to be. And every single Friday morning, we get together. We talk about our lives.
Yep.
Talk about what we're struggling with. We talk about what we're excited about.
Yep.
And we just hang out and read the word, and we soap a chapter every single Friday morning. So for those of you who don't know what soap is, it's scripture, observation. Say, hey, this is what I thought was interesting about the passage. Application. How can I apply this to my life? And then pray about it.
Awesome.
And that's also been instrumental. Those guys keep me in check. I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
They won't let my head get too big.
Yeah, because they're unimpressed with you. And this
they're very unimpressed with me.
And this is the key. This is the conversation that is, I think, for myself, for some of my clients when talking. It's like, y'all, find someone who loves you deeply and is drastically unimpressed with you.
They're gonna check you every single step of the way.
Because I mean, it's easy. There is an easy possibility with each one of us in our spheres where people see you're like, oh, man, Andy, he's so good. He's got these skills, and I love hanging out with him and talking about like the stuff that he's into, and man, it's really impressive to me. And and I kind of want to just like lift him up and encourage him, and okay, and then before you know it, in any of those courses, it's like, well, is there a spot for me to speak into anything that I see as less than savory, right? Less than great, right?
Yeah.
What I have found, maybe some peers, that's possible, but I've also found get some old folks. So Brother Gene is a great example.
You just called Brother Gene an old guy.
Hey, listen.
Hey, he's got more life experience. Okay, give him a break.
He's chronologically advanced, and it's just a fact. It's a fact. I'm not like making something up.
Yeah.
He's one of the. But someone like that who's lived some life, right?
Yeah.
Who's lived some life and especially lived life in a couple of different sectors. Maybe their life experience has been varied to a degree. For me, I've talked about him before, and I'm way overdue for a sit down with him. But Bob Tissett, he was a basketball coach and school counselor turned camp CEO, and now and has done all these really great things. But just when I sit with him, I can just like, there's nothing I have to tell him that's going to like give him pause on anything, and that's what we're all in need of, especially when you're going full bore. I mean, kind of head on into entrepreneurial work. The nose is to the grindstone so much that while that can be a superpower, it's also like it can be a scary time for things to go off the rails, right? Like easily enough.
Because your peripherals are even kind of blinded in that moment, right? You're just looking straight at this one moment. You're focusing toward this goal.
Yep.
And trying to, for me, it's like I have a vision for it in my head. I know what it can be, and I can kind of work back the steps that are required to do that. So it almost feels like a roadmap of, it's like, okay, well then this just needs to happen right now. And then you lose sight sometimes of the things that are actually way more important than that.
Yeah.
As much as I would like to say it's eat dirt now and be in the clouds later, right? Sometimes you just eat dirt now and then you eat dirt tomorrow.
Yes.
And that's just what it is. So what's always going to be around? My family, hopefully. The people who pour into me, who love me deeply enough to smack me over the head for making a stupid lease decision.
Well, yeah. So here's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing a couple different things. I've heard you say that it's really important, to have your spouse on board of this entrepreneurial journey, as well as having open communication with your spouse, but also having a group of people that are coming from not just your peers, but also older, or what did you say, chronologically advanced,
chronologically advanced,
that aren't afraid to just lift you up on a pedestal, but also tear you down and be real with you and say,
Right.
hey, Jansen, that was a stupid idea.
Right.
But also be open with, if you do have other co-workers or co-business people, that you're open with them too, and you're able to have that same kind of relationship that you would have with your spouse. Those are the couple takeaways that I grabbed from this.
Yeah, definitely. That all feels right.
That's what you said anyways.
That's what we heard.
It sounds great, Andy. I'm so glad you're listening so well.
Yeah, I think there's I'll just be honest with you. It's super fun for me to watch from some of a distance and kind of this journey that you're on, because I think we all need need our hero, like our entrepreneurial heroes out there. Like, there's people that, if I'm real honest, are doing the things that I really enjoy doing, like deep down in my soul, but they like took the plunge and did it. And I follow those people, and I kind of like, I like emulate them to a certain degree. And in the back of my mind, I go, yeah, I could never go all.
This is Jansen. This is Jansen to me, though, right? I mean,
Thank you.
I mean, for me, like the tech and the
yes,
video, audio, all that production stuff is what I love.
Yeah, I would hope. My whole goal when I make content for myself is what would encourage younger Jansen to also just send it, and get after it. What are going to be the pieces that he needs to encourage him and get him to believe in himself and his vision for his life. Now I'm going to make that. And I'm not going to, I don't think people should shy away from how hard it actually is.
Yeah.
I think we spoke about hustle culture a little earlier in this episode of how toxic and poisonous that can be to your mind and to your relationships. And honestly, to your business. There's a place for discipline. There's a time for discipline. You got 6 days for that. You need a rest. That's what the Lord asks us to do. And I need to get better at that for sure. But it's something that I'm very aware of. And I also, like, how much better do you feel when you've relaxed for a little bit, you know?
Well, and not just relaxed. I'm going to be talking about this tomorrow. I've already talked about it this past week. I'm all over the ruthless elimination of hurry.
It took me like 2 years to read that book. By the way.
Great book.
But because you embraced it, you said,
I'm not going to hurry.
I'm not in a hurry.
No.
But there is something to be said about being present, rightly present in the thing, and then also having just real space away. Which I think, upcoming episode, Andy, we're about ready to re-enter our 90s summer. If my kids are listening, they're gonna be like, "What?" And for our listeners, viewers, just a reminder. That is that we have technology in our home over the summer that was available in the 90s. And nothing more.
VCRs, baby.
Yeah, the big cassettes. But with the goal of intentionally reconnecting, kind of of getting on pace the way that we should be. And I think, in the season of life that you're in, boy, oh boy, it's more. I'm sure it's more for you, like the personal discipline of what's in front of me right now, what doesn't need to be in front of me, what can I Sabbath, what can I rightly Sabbath from, how can I rightly Sabbath? Because the more articles I read, both within Christian culture and secular culture, there's a lot of Sabbath and rest language right now, kind of pushing it back against some of the ills, the cultural ills and the hustle and all that stuff that we're in. So
one of our goals, Chris and I's goals, we've said this from the very beginning. I don't know how possible it is. It's kind of like those moments where I know I said a lot of things that I would do and would not do when I had kids. And now that I have kids, I'm like, yep, here's a TV, buddy.
That's right. That's right.
So I think this may be one of those things, but a dream of ours is for every single employee that we hire, what would it look like to give them an entire year off? You're talking about this every 7 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Paid.
Yep.
Go do it.
Yep.
Because I want that to be ingrained in our culture.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I would like to be an example of that.
Yeah.
So I think that's another great thing about running your own business. You get to make the rules, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
You get to decide what you do.
Yeah. And if you can model, here's the deal. If you can model that and still be successful, right? Which I think you can, because I think God honors those things.
Right.
If you can do that and be successful and just shine a light on an area of need, then surrounding businesses, surrounding cultures can look at that and go, okay, it's possible.
Right.
What do they have? What are they doing? How are they thinking about it differently? Because it's not about doing nothing. It's about doing the right thing at the right time, and recharging and refocusing. So I love that that's on your radar. That's a good thing.
Well, we really appreciate you coming out
buddy.
today and talking to us about entrepreneurship and raising a family and doing that really well and being open with it.
Well,
Right? I think that obviously you would say that you're not perfect at it.
No, far from.
But you're open with that and trying to learn and get better. But real quick before we go, we need to do the.
And now it's time for the Dudes and Dads Pop Quiz.
Yes, indeed.
So if you've never joined us for this, you have joined us.
I remember
You
this
have
last
joined us.
year.
Yeah.
We are going to just pepper Jansen with questions that have nothing to do with entrepreneurship, mostly, just to get to know him better.
Perfect.
So, Joel, why don't you go first?
All right, Jansen, please tell me, what's the best new food you've eaten recently?
We're gonna get. So
He's
I don't know.
setting this up like it's controversial. I ate something very controversial.
no.
Okay.
Quite the opposite, actually.
Got it.
I don't know if either of you know this about me. I am extremely picky.
Okay. I'm recalling.
Extremely picky.
Okay.
I couldn't tell you the last new food that I tried.
Oh.
That tracks, though. The creative people are pretty super picky normally. So
I found that I'm very particular in some regions of my life and very, very go with the flow in others. I think everyone kind of has that about them. The food is very regimented.
Okay. The food is regimented. So is there a local establishment that you find yourself at on the regular?
I've got two.
Okay.
B-dubs
Okay.
and Venturi.
I was just at Venturi today.
There we go.
Andy,
I had lunch there.
You were
There we
probably
go.
so happy right now.
I am. I even brought some home with me, so I
lucky
might actually go
dog.
get some when I'm done. I might
So good.
eat the rest of that. But
So good.
B-dubs and Venturi. Okay.
all right, what is one thing that you've been learning lately, like a new skill or something that you've been learning?
This is a controversial one.
Oh.
Claude. I've been integrating AI deeply in my workflow.
Yeah.
Okay, can you give me an example?
Yeah, I'll give you a good one. I just implemented this last week. We've got a few clients that we do social media work for. Content marketing is what we call it. And oftentimes those clients want monthly updates, weekly updates, some of them depending on the scope. I have let Claude go through my emails and also go through its memory of what we've worked on together.
Yep.
And say, hey, every week or every day at 4:30, I need you to send me an email asking, hey, it looks like this is what you've done today with client A, client B and client C. Is there any additional work that you've done? And if not, like just hit send. So it sends me an email every day at 4:30. I update it, I hit send. And at the end of the week, it gives me a nice report of all the work that's been completed, all the work that we're working on, all the work that we've delivered. And then I put it into another little Claude machine and it makes it all pretty. And then I send it to the client.
Nice.
And it has saved so much time of my life. I just want to caveat, we are strictly against having AI in any kind of like creative
artistic place.
I think it's a great tool. I think it can help us be creative faster, but it will never replace the actual ability to record someone or to write copy.
Bingo bango. Okay.
Joel, next question.
Okay, my next question is, I was going to ask an AI kind of question, but I think he maybe answered it. Let's see. Are you a reader?
It depends.
Okay. Are you a listener of books?
I don't listen to books. When I
Okay.
do read, again, all in, all out, baby. I finish books. If I get in a book mode, we're reading 2 books in 2 months.
Wow. Okay. Attaboy. So is there a book right now that you think we should be reading?
Well, I'm rereading currently Live No Lie
Attaboy.
by John Mark Comer. I love that book. It's the second time I've gone through it.
Mhm.
It's great.
Mm-hmm.
And then Skin in the Game is another great one. If you're talking about, it talks about the asymmetries of life and how oftentimes life doesn't work out the way you think it should because of a bunch of different factors.
Mm-hmm.
It is very thick, and I had to read it very slow because I am not a very smart man. And this man that wrote was very smart and is very smart. But I learned a lot from it. So it's really cool. A lot about how minority groups, not race, but like minority belief groups often dictate different political drives and like all these different ripple effects from small groups of people with very strict thinking affects large groups of people with loose thinking.
That sounds right.
It's very, very interesting.
I think any of us that have worked in a company of any size have experienced that to some degree.
All right, Jansen. If you could travel anywhere in the world right now,
Here we
money,
go.
money, no option.
No
Money,
option.
I mean, no issue.
Live your best life.
Where would you and Danny go? Just the two of you.
Danny and I would go back to Grand Cayman
Ooh.
and relive our honeymoon.
Oh.
Oh, all right.
Oh gosh, that place was awesome.
Yeah. Grand Cayman.
What's stopping you?
2 kids and cash.
That's all. That's all.
That's all. Nothing.
That's
no big
it.
deal.
Okay. My final question. What is the single best piece of advice that you have been given up to this point in your life?
Oh man, I've been given a lot of good advice in my life. I don't know. Well, okay, I've got one. Something that I hope my kids believe to their core as well. I can't remember who told me this, but everyone's too worried thinking about themselves to be thinking about you.
There we go. Good advice.
That's good advice.
I need to tell all my teenagers that at all times.
All right. My last question is if you had a button, like the kind you put on your shirt, those things that had a Jansen slogan on it, what would it say? What Jansenism would be on this button?
The Jansen Utech slogan.
I don't know. What do I say a lot? Yeah, dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, dog.
All right.
Okay.
That's
All right.
probably one of them.
Such an affirmative slogan.
I love it. All right.
Yeah.
Quickly, before we go, where can people find you? You've said Jansen Utech on Instagram and TikTok, but where can they find your business?
Yeah.
More about you.
Yeah, we're ITER Creative, ITER Creative.com. We help companies who make things for the internet and things in real life. We help them make those better, and we help them make money from them. It's a very dumbed down version of what we do. You can find all of our socials there at ITER Creative, ITER Creative, and then you can find all of my socials, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, the whole 9 at Jansen Utech.
Awesome.
Okay. Well, we're going to try to make you embarrassingly easy to find over at dudesanddads.com. Again, you can head over there, everybody, for previous shows, all the show notes, all the goodies, merchandise. You know what we should do? We should have them design a merchandise item for us. Wouldn't that be a collab?
A collab.
A collab. Okay.
Let's do it.
Hey, everybody. Dudes and Dads podcast at gmail.com. If you want to send us an email, maybe you got an idea for a future show, future guest, or maybe you've got some harsh criticism you want to send our way.
Yeah.
Either way.
Joel, we are going to actually be kind of spotty over the summer just because we're going to be traveling some, not together, but separately traveling. And so we will be a little bit spotty. So if you don't see an episode soon,
We're not dead.
we're not dead. We will be back, but we would love,
Yeah. Maybe we'll
Just
get some, maybe we'll, you know what? I think this summer we could have some good gas station coffee review.
We will.
Options.
We will.
Okay.
I'm here for that.
That's a good time.
Perfect.
Hey, everybody. We're so grateful for you checking us out. We can't wait to touch base with you again. And until next time, we wish you grace.
And peace.